Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Sunday, May 29, 2016, around 8:41 in the morning in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's going to be a cloudy day out for the eastern half of Massachusetts because of the backdoor cold front. Western Massachusetts, 80s and 90s. And Tropical Storm Bonnie is in the Atlantic, and it's going to give us rain showers tomorrow morning and afternoon. Lots of Memorial Day parades are being called off because of it. Some news to report. The Golden State Warriors beat the Oklahoma City Thunder by the score of 108-101, forcing a Game 7, meaning there'll be only 3 video blogs today. And also, there's been a rumor going around that singer Gwen Stefani turned down singer's Blake Shelton's marriage proposal. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani have been dating for the past year. Wonder why? But these are just rumors. There's no facts about this yet. If somebody turns down a marriage proposal, in my humble opinion, it's time to move on. And that's about it on the news. My first video blog subject of the day is about starrcade 1997 WCW pay-per-view from Washington, D.C. at the MCI Center. Now it's the Verizon Wireless Center. And the main event was for the WCW World Championship. Sting facing off against Hollywood Hulk Hogan, plus other matches. Calling the action was the voice of WCW, Tony Schiavone. This is the greatest night in professional wrestling history. The Professor, Mike Tenay, and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Bobby the Brain Heenan was not on this telecast. And there were no dark matches at this pay-per-view, before the pay-per-view. So all of these matches were in the pay-per-view. The first match was for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. It was the Man of 1,000 Holds, Dean Malenko, facing off against the WCW Cruiserweight Champion, Eddie Guerrero. I lie, I cheat, I steal. And this was a great, and he was the reigning Cruiserweight Champion. This was a decent match. Eddie and Dean have had classic matches over the years in ECW and WCW, and a lot of holds were exchanged. Ending had Eddie Guerrero do a missile drop kick, and then the 5-star frog splash for the 1, 2, 3 to retain the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. The next match was members of the NWA, Scott Norton, Vincent, and Randy Macho Man Savage. Ooh yeah, dig it. With Miss Elizabeth, Randy Macho Man Savage was substituting for Conan, who was injured, facing off against the WCW World Tag Team Champions, the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, and Ray Traylor, with Ted DiBiase in their corner. And this was an exciting 6-man tag team match. It was a pure 6 brawl, back and forth. Ending had Scott Steiner give Vincent the Frankensteiner, but Scott Norton gave him a move, and then tagged in Macho Man Randy Savage, who gave the elbow, the flying elbow for the 1, 2, 3. Next match, it was Steve Mongo McMichaels representing the 4 Horsemen, facing off against Goldberg. And this was a very exciting match. Back and forth action. The ending had Goldberg throw Steve Mongo McMichaels for a chair and gave him the jackknife for the 1, 2, 3. And Goldberg's still undefeated at this point. The next match is a Raven Rules match, which is anything goes, no disqualification. It was supposed to be Raven facing off against the Crippler Chris Benoit, but Raven did not want to do it, and and Perry Saturn took his place, and it was dominated by Chris Benoit, but the members of Flock interfered because there's no disqualification. And then at the ending, Raven gives Chris Benoit the even flow DDT because the referee's trying to get the Flock out of the ring, and then Chris Benoit's out cold, and Perry Saturn gives the reins of Saturn to Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit gives up because he's out cold. So Saturn wins this match with help of Raven. The next match was Buff Bagwell. I am Buff and I'm the stuff, facing off against the total package, Lex Luger. And this was a great match, back and forth, but the referee gets knocked out, and then Lex Luger puts Buff Bagwell with a human torture act, but Buff Bagwell submits, but there's no referee, so if there's no referee, he can't submit. And then Scott Norton comes in, his tag team partner. They were Vicious and Delicious, and Scott Norton uses a foreign object, knocks out Lex Luger. Buff Bagwell goes over Luger, and the referee mysteriously comes back to life. And counts 1, 2, 3. So Buff Bagwell wins this match. The next match was for the United States Championship, WCW United States Championship. It was DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, feel the bang, self high five. That's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. And you love me, you hate me, you'll never forget me, facing off against Curt Hennig, the reigning United States Champion, representing the NWO. And it was supposed to be a steel cage match between Curt Hennig and Ric Flair, but Ric Flair was injured. So DDT took his place, and this was an awesome match. And there were lots of brawling and stuff, back and forth. And the ending had DDP put Curt Hennig in the Diamond Cutter and then pins him. 1, 2, 3. Diamond Dallas Page wins the United States Championship, and the crowd goes wild. The next match was for control of WCW Nitro. It was a living legend, Larry Zbyszko, facing off against the leader of the NWO and president of WCW, Eric Bischoff. If Eric Bischoff won, then the NWO took over Monday Nitro. But if Larry Zbyszko won, WCW kept Monday Nitro, and the special guest referee was Bret the Hitman Hart. This was kind of like a comedy match. Scott Hall interferes and gives Eric Bischoff a foreign object and knocks Larry Zbyszko out. Bret Hart pins him 1, 2, 3. But afterwards, the Eric Bischoff's foreign object falls out of where he put it. And Bret Hart sees it, and he kind of reverses the decision, and then he knocks out Scott Hall and puts Eric Bischoff in the sharpshooter. So Larry Zbyszko wins by reverse decision, and WCW keeps Monday Nitro. And then the main event of the evening, it was for the WCW World title, was Hollywood Hulk Hogan, representing the NWO and WCW World Champion, facing off against Sting, who had the Crow gimmick. And this Sting versus Hulk Hogan feud lasted most of 1997. The build up to this feud was amazing because it seems like every Monday Nitro, at the ending, it was Hulk Hogan being stalked by Sting. Originally, this feud was going to be at Great American Bash 1997, but the fan reaction was so hot for this angle, they pushed it back to Starrcade 1997. And this match was okay, and it was back and forth. The ending had Hulk Hogan give the leg drop to Sting and give him the big boot, and the referee, Nick Patrick, had a 3 count, but it was a fast 3 count. Then Bret the Hitman Hart comes in, and then he says he didn't want a screw job. He knocks out Nick Patrick, and then he restarts the match, and then members of the NWO try to interfere, but Steen knocks him off. And then Steen puts Hollywood Hulk Hogan in sharpshooter, and Hogan taps out, and Steen wins the WCW World Title, and all members of WCW were in the crowd coming into the ring. It was a joyous celebration, and the build up to the match was pretty awesome, but the actual match disappointed because of the screw job finish. And this was the highest buy-rate pay-per-view in WCW history because of the build-up to Sting and Hulk Hogan. And this Starrcade 1997, I will give it a B- because there were a lot of solid matchups, but like that. And the screw job finish was, it was pointless and stuff. This was probably the high watermark of WCW. There was actually supposed to be another match on this card. It was going to be the Giant versus Kevin Nash, but Kevin Nash faked an injury, and the Giant gave a choke slam to Scott Hall when that match was supposed to take place. I think Kevin Nash, I heard, was supposed to be doing the job to the Giant, and he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do the JOB at the PPV. And that's about it on that. Tomorrow I will review Starrcade 1998 from Washington, D.C. again. And other video blogs coming today is about my take on they should have Hockey Hall of Fame Selection Committee reform. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the digital over-the-air television network Escape TV. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Rosenblatt of WCCO, Roxanne's Nice Legs. Elizabeth Hutzo, so stunning, she's the best. Amy Swansea, so awesome. Linda Church of WPIX 11 is such a cool girl. And in the words of Sean Lucha, get out. See you later.